Because if she comes up with an idea or if she gets bound down, she's not hesitant. She'll pick the phone up and say, hey, look, are you doing this? Or can you do this? I'm a little stretched thin. Matter of fact, just this past Saturday, I was at the road race. And she's like, oh, you're here. Wonderful. Are you getting this race? I said, yeah. She said, great. She said, I'll get with you later, and I'll get some of your photos. And I said, wonderful. I told her, I said, I can't do the parade because of my battery. My battery's about to croak. She said, that's fine. I can get the parade. I'm like, it works. And I'm building quite a big network. One of my network is, people is in Ohio. I've got one, he cannot sit still to save his life. In the last 6 months, I want to say he's been to 18 countries. And without a shadow of a doubt, if he runs into a problem, he'll pick that phone up and call me. Or he'll call me on Facebook. He'll message me, hey, look, this is what we're trying to do. How can we fix this problem? And I'm like, oh, look, this is how you do it.
Let me just interrupt and say the word socially is terribly important to me and why I've worked it into this plan. Because no matter how good you are, no matter how good you are for the community, and for individuals who live a mile down the road, is that they're confused. Because they're seeing on TV, all the world is just a mess. And they don't see that the people around them are really a community. And so one of the things that these companies that we're going to start is going to need to do is to make the community, and I'm not just talking about individuals, but I'm talking about the city council and whoever else, that they understand that you're working for them. You're making a difference in the local economy, not the Wall Street economy, which works against you. So, the message is, let's keep the money in town or in the community or in the neighborhood where we earn it. Okay? Part of the deal.
Yep.
And so you've got a social network there that's perfect for that, except we haven't got the message out yet that this is what we're all about. I'm saying that, and I'm not saying you. You may very well be doing just those things, but generally, we're just so confused by the time the nightly news is over that we just think the world is awful. But it's not around us. Well, it could be. We'll change it.
Gary S., you have a website, Not My Economics. Tell us about that.
I'm sorry, the Not My Economics?
You have your website. Yes, tell us about the website. I think that's the way that people can get directly into the website.
Yeah, the website is an online course to start with called Not My Economics. My Economics is different than everybody else is talking about. And it's a course. It's just free to the public, and I mean free. You're not going to go, 2 pages and then want money. It's a free course all the way down to the point where we create the company of OnePlus, and then we get into a whole different game. So in the Not My Economics page, you can learn everything you need to know in order to be successful, whether you're a worker or whether you're a small business owner or what. You can do it yourself. This is a do-it-yourself class, and then we get to the point where we get into the market force, or into the company of OnePlus, and then we get more complex and organized. But this course, a lot of you who have talked here today tell me that you're already there in certain ways, and all you need somebody to say, you know, I'm doing the right thing, or I'm not doing the right thing, or here's how I could do it better. And that's what this course is about. It's free because I want the people who need it most to have it.
In the remaining minutes of our show, we have about 5 minutes left. Dan, do you have a question or comments for Jerry?
I'm good. I think that, coming into this, I really wasn't sure, what I was going to hear, and then I finally find out that I'm basically participating in what he's proposing, and I didn't, study anything. I just, like he said, it was just good old common sense. I feel like when you give people something to be proud of, other than just a wage, that they're going to be much more motivated to do a better job and make something happen for the common good than they would if they're just going to take a paycheck home.
Yeah. Well, that's a good summary. I like that very much because, I do expect people who get involved in the company of One Plus and become entrepreneurs or intrapreneurs, I expect them to get as much of the wealth in this country as they care to have, or that they are capable of getting. I want them to have the opportunity. I'm not promising anybody that they're going to become rich, but I will promise them that they will have the opportunity to go as far as they want to go. Some people, want to get rich, some don't. I don't want them to get too rich. And so one of the crazy ideas is that we put a cap on how much you can make as an entrepreneur or an intrapreneur. And I'm working on a blog right now. There's a blog with Not My Economics. I'm working on a blog right now, which the headline is, How Much is Too Much? And where do you draw the line? And I'm just thinking about this, Well, let me tell you what. If you're making more money than you can spend on reasonable things for your own pleasure, if you go beyond that and you have all this money and you have to put it in bank accounts or something, that's too much because that money is dead. It's not circulating. It's not coming back through town. It's not helping support people make money and so on. So I'm not looking to make everybody rich. I want them to be as wealthy as they want to be, but I don't want them to be filthy rich.
I've got one little comment.
Okay, go ahead, David.
What good is it to society?
And this is something that we all need to remember. Is what in today's meaning, when you say wealthy means money. But if you go back and you look at, say, the Buddhists and some of these other religious and other countries and their beliefs, wealth literally means to be able to read or to be able to write. And that's a totally different kind of wealth that a lot of people take for granted. And that's one of the wealth I try to instill in my values in the company and in my pursuit to happiness. And I would love to be able to walk down the street knowing that anybody I pass can read and write. And the sad thing is, I can't do that because I know people that live just within earshot of me that can't read and write. And I do my best to try to help.
Well, all you can do is give them the opportunity. Or help them with the opportunity.
Oh, yeah.
People are going to have to grab the bar, and you can't. people are going to have to be motivated to do these things. But if they're not doing it because of their social conditions or their economic conditions, then that's wrong. Or if the schools are not motivating young people to learn, then that's wrong. And you can do something about that. Mm-hmm. I'm with you, boy.
And
there's way more than money involved in wealth.
Oh, yes. And that's the one thing I try to absolutely instill. A lot of my videos, you don't technically hear me say it, but it's how I bring each video. Just to do a video, I can sit back and make videos 6 days a week about crap. I mean, literally crap, and put them out there, but I'm not doing it. I put out videos that I really want y'all to see, that, like today's video. I did a cross-country video where I was at a cross-country race. And as you watch the video, you see the runners go by. What's meaning's there? Look how hard they work. Yeah. Look what you can do if you put your mind to it. And this is like I think it's a 2 or a 3K race. And the little one ran a 3K race last week, and she did it in 25 minutes, right short of 26 minutes. She did a 3K race, and I'm looking at some of these kids that I've watched all season run, and they're running this course in 30 plus minutes. I'm like, oh my God, y'all can do better than this. I know for a fact y'all can.
Dave, I'm pretty sure your videos are an inspiration to a lot of people.
Yeah.
David?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
I'm here.
Gary Ash?
Yeah.
Do you have any final comments you'd like to make before the show ends?
I'm sorry?
Gary, do you have any final comments you'd like to make to our listeners on how they can contact you, or any comments you'd like to make before the show ends?
Well, I just want you to go online and look up Not My Economics.
Not My Economics.
If you've got something to write with, it's just notmyeconomics.com, and that will get you to the website, and then you can go from there. I would like for you, we've had a great conversation here, but it's a complex set of issues. And one of the things I do is try to put complex issues into simple language, because I don't particularly care about reading all these academic stuff. I was a professor, never was an academic. So anyway, I'd like for you to go there. I think that you will see that it's understandable. You may like some of it, or you may doubt some of it, or disagree with some of it, but that's okay. But I would just like for you to go there, because I want to share all this. You talk about wealth. There's a wealth of knowledge, experience, and information. And there's 100 pages of this stuff in Not My Economics. Thank you for inviting me and talking with me, and I'd like to do it again sometime.
Well, we will. You can be back in the future. And Gary, I want to thank you for being a guest. David Knight, I want to thank you for calling in. Dan Patrick, I want to thank you for calling in. And I want to wish everyone, our listeners, everyone, a good evening.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Good night.